Recently, we've been talking a lot about undisclosed ads on TikTok and how more influencers than ever before are being deceptive. I think when influencing first became a real job, a lot of creators didn't fully know the rules of disclosure, and it took them a little bit to finally catch on. But these rules have been around for years now. I don't know why this rise of a new platform has suddenly made everyone forget how to write ad on their videos, but here we are. We've been talking about this issue forever now, and these influencers are still not getting it. It's a mess, so let's get into it. Whenever we talk about undisclosed ads, we normally talk about the usuals like Michaela, Glamzilla, but there seems to be a new culprit in the TikTok beauty community. Meredith Duxbury is getting called out for not disclosing properly, and some people are even calling her the new Michaela. Recently, Kosas launched an extended shade range for their Revealer Concealer, and if you engage with any type of makeup related content on TikTok, I'm sure you've seen these videos all over your For You page. Kosas paid a bunch of influencers to show off the new shade range, and at face value, there's nothing wrong with that. I think a lot of us love seeing some of our favorite influencers get these amazing opportunities to work with huge brands like Kosas. There's nothing wrong with taking a sponsorship from a brand you love. The problem comes into play when you try to hide the fact that you're being paid. Let's face it, you're probably much more likely to buy something someone recommends when they've used their own money to buy it and have no attachment to the brand that they're pushing. The recommendation feels more genuine, especially since you know the person has nothing to gain or lose from sharing their recommendation. Influencers and brands know that too, and they're doing everything they can to try and make their reviews seem more genuine and less like a paid ad. One method influencers are using is no longer verbally disclosing the ad and instead hiding the disclosure in a place that isn't immediately visible. It's always the same thing. They'll usually blend it with a bunch of different hashtags at the very bottom of a description box or as an overlay hidden under the caption or blended into the background. They see it as a loophole, and a lot of these brands aren't saying anything because they too want the ad to seem more genuine. Unfortunately for them, this is actually illegal, and the FTC is slowly catching on when it comes to TikTok. We recently talked about the FTC issuing warning letters to influencers who promoted sugar and aspartame on TikTok when they were being paid to do so and didn't have the proper disclosure. And it's only a matter of time before they work their way over to this side of TikTok, and they're gonna have a lot of work to do. One influencer being called out this week for her lack of disclosure is Meredith Duxbury. She was one of the many influencers who were sponsored by Kosas to promote their extended shade range, and she didn't disclose at all.
To get my perfect concealer shade, I've been using 4 different concealers, but thank God Kosas came out with more shades. I'm a Kosas concealer girl through and through. If I have to use 4 concealers to get my perfect match, I will. But lucky for me, I do not have to do that anymore. Kosas just came out with new shades that have cool and neutral undertones. Is this not a perfect match or what? This concealer melts into my skin like butter. The Kosas Revealer Concealer has 38 shades and so many undertones. This is the only concealer that has consistently not creased my under eyes. Look at that beautiful radiant finish. I'm sorry ladies, but I won't be needing you anymore. I got a new girl. I finally feel like I have my perfect match. If before you were like, Kosas girl, I cannot find my right shade for the life of me. Give them another shot because they have so many more cool and neutral undertones.
And Meredith didn't even bother to put the integrated paid partnership banner that TikTok supplies, which is literally the bare minimum. Her caption said, "You guys know me and my @Kosas concealer, but wait, it just got even better. Wearing the new shade 07C of Kosas Revealer Concealer." And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hashtags until you get to the very last one that says Kosas Partner. That's not proper disclosure, and Meredith and her viewers know that. One person commented and said, "Good commercial." And of course, we also had our usual suspect Michaela doing the same thing.
Kosas said, "Ask and you shall receive." They extended the range of their Revealer Concealer. People were begging on their hands and knees for them to extend the range, and including me. The show you the difference between the OG shades I would use and the new ones. Listen, the shades of the OG ones work for a lot of people. For someone like me with a cooler, pinkier undertone, they always pulled a little bit too warm and a little bit too yellow. Wait until you see the difference. So for reference, I am a neutral, cool undertone. Okay, so this is shade 1, the OG shade I would use. And this is shade 0.7C. It is the new, cooler, pinkier undertone. Look at the difference. Very clearly, you can see how much cooler this one is. I'm applying shade 0.7C all over the face. Let me just say, there is a reason that this is a best-selling concealer at Sephora. It's ultra creamy, brightening, melts into the skin, leaving a super natural look, and it never feels heavy or cakey. And as a dry skin girly, my skin loves it. Like, look at how smooth and bright. I'm gonna do finishing touches, and I'll set it with the Kosas Cloud Set, one of my favorite pressed powders. I like shade Airy. Like, seriously, Kosas, thank you, thank you, thank you. What a way to start off 2024. Oh my god.
At least she was a little bit better using the paid partnership banner and having the Kosas partner hashtag being the first hashtag, but it's still hidden and it's not proper disclosure. Now, something interesting that was pointed out in the comments but has since been removed was someone who said that they swore Michaela used to hate this concealer. At first, I assumed maybe they were getting her confused with someone else because this concealer does get a lot of mixed reviews. The ratings aren't that great on Sephora, and most of the comments under Michaela's ad were from people asking for advice on how to make it work, saying that they bought it and they really don't like it. Well, according to Michaela, it once looked horrible on her as well. A few years ago, she reviewed a few products from Kosas and she pretty much hated them.
Part 2 of trying Kosas. Don't get me wrong, it looks good. It looks like skin, it looks glowy, but holy, my face feels like it has oil on it. Like, this is not set in. Alright, now I'm going to try the Super Creamy Brightening Concealer. By the way, I'm shade 1 in the oil, shade 1 in the concealer. I live for the packaging. This is extremely creamy. A light to medium coverage on this. Okay, I need to set my face or else I will literally die. I'm curious if I can bake over this or if the oil is gonna mix with the powder and get all ugh. Don't put powder on top of that. Oh, it's hard to see on camera, but my skin looks horrible. Powder separated with the oil. I don't even know if I can finish this video. Nope, I hate that foundation. This is my attempt at showing you what's happening here. Ugh. Ugh, blech. That never happens to me. This is a disaster. I took that off. I could not deal with that. I'm gonna redo my base with something else. Let me tell you something. Is this my new favorite brand that I'm gonna be flocking to? Absolutely not. Sadly, a lot of these products are just mediocre to me, and that face oil is the worst foundation I've ever used in my life, literally. And that's about it. I didn't really love anything else that I can just recommend it to you.
Now look, I know over time your taste can change, and maybe that's what happened here. But to go from having such strong feelings of dislike for the products to doing paid ads for something with the same formula as the time that you hated it, I'm gonna give Michaela the benefit of the doubt and guess she ended up liking it after she tried it without that oil foundation. But because of Michaela's history with things like this, most people assume the worst. I always wonder, like, what are these influencers gaining from being deceptive all of the time? I know I would much rather support someone who's honest about their ads and you know that they're being genuine despite it being an ad because you can tell how excited they are over the product. This being obsessed with every single release is so overdone now, and fans are starting to catch on, and these creators are feeling the consequences of that. Over the holiday break, Michaela was doing a harmless haul showing off what she got in her stocking, and some of her fans are so used to everything being an undisclosed ad from her, they started questioning whether or not her stocking was really from her family or just another undisclosed sponsorship.
And a beauty blender in black. He knows me so well. Beauty blender in black. Beauty blender set. Beauty blenders. That's all I said I wanted for Christmas, so everybody slayed with that. Beauty blenders. We have this volcanic charcoal facial cleanser. I haven't heard of that brand, so I'll give that a try. Beauty blenders, more beauty. I won't need beauty blenders for like years. Beauty blenders. A beauty blender set with a cleaner. Need that.
One fan questioned if Michaela was sponsored by Beauty Blender because there were so many beauty blenders in her stocking when, as an influencer who receives PR, you would assume that she would have tons of them laying around.
I might have no life, but I watched Michaela's unboxing of her stockings, and this has to be like a paid ad, you know? Like, I do eyelash extensions, and there's no way I would ever want anyone to get me anything lash related for my Christmas present, you know? Especially, like, I have so many lashes, and I receive so many lashes, where I would never ask my partner or my mom to get me lashes. So many lashes. But she got like probably 20 beauty blenders in these stockings, right? And then like, she's like, oh, this is a product I've never tried before. What? Like, I'm envisioning all of like the extra makeup, like PR stuff she gets. She's just like, Mom, do you want some of this? Her friends, do you want some of this? And you're telling me that they're getting you beauty products to use? I don't believe it. I have way too much time on my hands to be reading into these things, but it's giving sponsored by Beauty Blender, you know? Also, just the part where it's like, this is a like face cleanser that I've like never tried or something like that. And I've never even heard of this brand. I don't know. The verbiage, is it an ad? I don't know.
And I never thought of that video as maybe being an ad when I first saw it, but it goes to show how Michaela's actions of never being honest about her sponsorships has made her fans really take a step back and think. I mean, I can totally see where that viewer is coming from. We see Michaela give away beauty blenders in her PR giveaways all the time. I could see that being a sneaky ad, and it wouldn't surprise me coming from her. Well, Michaela saw this video and she got really mad. She made a whole video going off about how people are accusing her of being sponsored and how much it's bugging her.
Okay, I just woke up and I'm so mad right now because I just saw a video that has me fuming, bro. I made a video opening up my stockings, okay? And in the video, I happened to get a bunch of beauty blenders because that's what I asked for Christmas. And the video claims that the stocking video is an ad with product placement of beauty blenders because of how many there were. Guys, some of y'all read into shit way too much, okay? I asked for beauty blenders for Christmas, and the claim is, why couldn't she just ask Beauty Blender to send her beauty blenders for free? Because I'm not gonna do that. I don't do that shit, bro. I never ever message brands and ask for free shit, okay? I don't like to do that. Okay. And then the other thing is, why the hell would there be beauty products in her stocking? Are you kidding me, bro? Beauty and makeup is my life. Like, people were like, it's sus that there's an Ulta gift card in her stocking. It's sus that there's a Sephora gift card in her stocking. It's weird that there's a cleanser in her stocking that she's never heard of or tried. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Makeup and beauty is my life. I would probably be dead without it. Like, it had saved my life, and my family knows me very well. They have gotten me beauty-related items for Christmas my whole life. Like, I am just shocked by this video with all of these ridiculous claims, and around the holidays, man, like, oh my god, I'm so mad. If you see that video,
instead of getting mad at this viewer for thinking her video was an ad, why doesn't she take a look at her content and question why her fans are overanalyzing everything? This is the same person who, despite getting canceled last year and getting called out time and time again, is still not disclosing properly to this day. This is literally a domino effect from her own actions. If Michaela actually disclosed all of her sponsorships in a clear way where you knew without a doubt her video was an ad, no one would be questioning if non-ads are ads. The problem is, we can't tell them apart anymore. If Michaela is going to get that upset over people now assuming all her content is paid for, then she better start making some serious changes, because not only are viewers losing faith in her content, but you guys know it's only a matter of time before the FTC sends a letter to her door. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think about everything down below, and I'll see you next time.